All right, we're here as the Lost Rider Podcast. Good morning and welcome to this weekend's edition of News from the Camp House, listening post of the Texas Sportsman Association. This is Herman Brune. This weekend's edition is also brought to us by the Shaw's Bend Social Club, country club folks who don't have a country club. You can also pick these programs up now on thelostriderpodcast.com. If you don't feel like getting up at 6:30 in the morning to listen to the radio show, and or if there's a topic that we've covered that you'd like to go back and rehash and get some facts from, you can always go to the lostriderpodcast.com and look at some of the issues that we've covered, some of the people we've interviewed, and get your information. Find out whatever you're trying to find out, whether it's wildlife, water, the environment, whatever in the hell you're trying to find out. You can go over there, and we have, at some point in time, we have interviewed people about it. Now, okay, with all that said, this week I do not have a guest. It's just me, and it always surprises me because it seems like whenever I do this, and it's within a very short period of time, I have how many people tell me, "Oh, we listened to you Saturday morning," and I think, "Damn, I didn't have a guest." I said, "But you listened to me," and they go, "Yeah, man, we really liked it." And I go, "Really?" And I went, "Well, that's thank you," and I will thank everybody for doing that. Been here for 25 years doing this stuff, and I'm laid up right now. I don't care, call it lazy, whatever it is. I'm laid up. I finally got my knee fixed. And I thought I was going to bounce right up and take off once I got this knee job done. And it just didn't work quite as fast. I'm like on day number 9 or so from having it done, 9 or 10. And I've got a cane, I've got a walker, but I just, and the exercises, I think that's where I mess up, because I think I push myself too hard. I think I strain myself or something, and then, boy, I just got to sit down. I've got a series of exercises I'm supposed to do that's pretty Mickey Mouse, and I've already thrown in a few marine type calisthenics into that, and I think I got to watch I don't strain myself just a little bit. But anyhow, that's how come I don't have anybody this week, and I didn't want to replay anything. I didn't want to replay another show. I just wanted to talk to my listeners and thank everybody who comes on here every Saturday morning. I do have something I want to talk about. And I hope, really hope that my listeners find it a little bit interesting. And that's that I catch myself more and more and more leaving my telephone in the house and staying away from it. I do not care. I have never carried a cell phone around with me everywhere. And more, I catch myself just leaving it and walking off from it and staying away from it and treating it like it's tied to my desk. Leave it there leave it on a charger, leave it sitting beside the laptop, and just go do my chores, do whatever I got to do, run to town, do what, the biggest problem that I have seen with having a cell phone and doing the daily operations that we do with cell phones, the biggest problem I see is making appointments and not checking your messages, not checking your texts or any of that stuff, and then going to an appointment and finding out that that other person has changed that appointment at the last minute And they'll say, well, I sent you a voicemail or I sent you a text. And now you came all, if you check your messages, I said, no, I'm pretty big on the idea that if I say I'm going to be somewhere a certain time, certain place, you figure that after I've said it, that's the way it is. It's going to be that way, and that's not going to change. So that's one of the biggest problems I've seen packing a cell phone around in your pocket is that people will change appointments on you. And if you're not constantly checking that thing, you're going to wind up spending a lot of time running around for nothing. And I just miserable hate carrying that cell phone around with me. And I'm just starting to get old enough now that if there's something I just miserable hate to do, I just ain't going to do it. And it's getting more, I'm getting more and more. This is when they say someone's set in their ways. And I'm just more and more and more getting that away. That I'm just I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to play that game. I think I pretty well got everybody trained that if I get contracts or anything like that on an email and they want me to sign it and send it back, I say, you know what, you need to bring that over here and we need to sit down and talk about it and make sure it's everything it's supposed to be before I sign it. And I said, we're going to be looking at each other when I sign it. And that's it. I don't do that on an email. And I've noticed that, some of the people I do business with don't have a problem with that. Some of the younger folks think it's strange. But, there's no problem here. Some of the older guys, they're like, they're right there with you. You go, no, they understand it. There's so much of our business nowadays, so much of our stuff done on electronic mail or text or all that kind of stuff. And I said, if that really worked, Zoom meetings, I hate Zoom meetings more than anything. If that really worked, then there would not need to be all these conservation shows. You got Texas Trophy Hunters has a show in San Antonio. They got one in Houston. They got one in Dallas-Fort Worth. Dallas Safari Club, they have their show right now in Atlanta, Georgia. Safari Club International has their show in Nashville, Tennessee. National Shooting Sports Foundation has their show in Las Vegas. The Wild Sheep Foundation has their show in Reno. You got the NRA show. You've got the ATA show for all the archery people. You got all these shows. And the reason you have these shows is for the opportunity of people doing business face to face. Because in the end, that's where you have to do your real business. They try to make it the rest of the year using the phone or email or any of that stuff, and I just don't care for it. I want to see people. I want to talk to people. I want to see them face to face. Now, on the other hand, when you're talking about all these different hunting shows and you make an agreement with an outfitter, and like me working for outfitters for 30 years, from one year to the next, we would say, okay, on the 1st of September, we are all going to meet at the East Fork of the Wind River Trailhead, and on September the 1st at noon, everybody be there. And we could say that a year or, at the end of hunting season, say, okay, next year I'm going to see you here September the 1st at 10 o'clock or noontime or whatever, and we're all going to the mountains. And that was it. You may not see or talk to these guys again until the time you meet everybody at the trailhead again. And again, I think that's a testament to just people doing what they say they're going to do And, you know, we don't have to see each other all the time. We know we're all going to do what we say we're going to do. And that was it. That was it. You know, so, yeah, that's, it's the same thing. I used to go to work for outfitters, and the idea was you worked for the season. You would go to work seasonally. You'd go to work, you'd say, when are we going to start? And they'd say 1st of June. And you knew that you were going to work from the 1st of June until somewhere right at Thanksgiving, when you pulled all the shoes off the horses and mules and turned them out to pasture. That would be like your last chore. Was you had, 20 to 40 head of horses and mules that you're going to pull shoes on and take them out to pasture. And I've done that I don't know how many times. And when we got back to the headquarters, I could load my stuff and head south. So I tell you what, let's take a quick break and thank the folks who let us come on here every Saturday morning. We'll be right back.